A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. Shh, be quiet. Don't give away the secret. There was 3 brothers. Their name was Jim Bob, Jim something else, and Boo Bob. I don't know. And they were working on a farm. They like to work on a farm. Look at them work. Look at those BB guns at work. And so they were told that when it's nighttime, they have to go inside their houses because there's a Metacrane. We'll get there later. But one day they decided they're not gonna go to their house because they're lazy. That's what happens to lazy people. Watch and you'll find out. All right, so they fall asleep on the. Do I need to speak this close? They fall asleep on the field, and this thing called the Metacrane comes. And all he says is Metacrane. He's silly. And he takes one of the brothers away. I think it's Jim Joe. Jim Joe. They took Jim Joe away. Bye, Jim Joe. Everyone say bye, Jim Joe. And there goes Jim Joe. To where I do not know. Well, that rhymes. You hear the to where? Oh, whatever. All right, so they wake up. Cock-a-doodle-doo. And they're like, oh my gosh, where's my brother at? Jim Joe, not Jim Bob.
Where's Jim Joe?
Alright, so then they see a sign on the wall. And the sign says, if you get rid of the Metacrane. This is what the sign says, if you can figure that out. Buy a loon. Alright, so they go to the shopkeeper. He's the shopkeeper. Doesn't the shopkeeper look a lot like Jim Joe? Yeah, I don't know what happened there. So they bought a loon. There's the loon. And the shopkeeper goes bye-bye for a while. And bring the loon back to the farm. Loon! Isn't she funny? So then they're working the farm, and they weren't afraid, so they're like, you know what, we're gonna sleep out in the field again, because we got the loon to protect us. Loon! And then the Metacrane came. Metacrane. And he takes away Jim Bob. Say bye to Jim Bob, everybody.
Bye, Jim Bob.
He's not coming back as shopkeeper, I'll tell you that much. So they wake up, and then, Bubba, that's his name, Bubba, that's a good name. Bubba's like, where'd Jim Bob go? And he's like, silly loon. It's a silly loon, and he kicked the loon. And he goes back to the shopkeeper, go back to the shopkeeper. Back to the shopkeeper, Bubba. And Bubba was all like, what did Bubba say? The loon didn't work. And then the shopkeeper says, you gotta give it some sugar, man. Some sugar and some love, yes. All right, so then he buys some sugar from the shopkeeper, like so. And he goes back and feeds it to the loon. And like many little kids, and Caitlin, they get really hyper when they have sugar. Hyper. This is Caitlin Hyper, isn't it great? There we go! And then, calm down, I need to talk. And then Bubba goes back to sleep, but yeah, it's still Hyper, the loon, because it's Hyper Loon. And then the Metacrane comes! And the Metacrane tries to take away Bubba. But the loon catches the Metacrane. And then Bubba wakes up. Do you guys know what the moral of the story is? Who knows what the moral? I'll tell you. You guys want to know what the moral is? Raise your hand if you want to know what the moral is. Yeah. The moral of the story is this. A loon full of sugar helps the Metacrane go down. Oh.